the simplest telemetry is actually a device that FR Sky makes that plugs into your balance port on your battery and then plugs into your spare, the two ports that I've assigned for analog input. So I'm going to disconnect this.
No telemetry.
And
no telemetry.
Hook up my analog connections to my receiver. Turn on my transmitter.
Welcome to ER Sky 9X.
Bring it into the screen here and set it to the telemetry screen. Connect my receiver to the telemetry device and power everything on. So now, if we look at our screen, we've got 5.2 volts being sent to the receiver, 7.6 volts coming off of the battery, and then we've got a 106 being picked up by the receiver and a 109 being sent from the transmitter. And then down here we've got the minimum and maximum for both of those. Basically what these are, that it's received signal strength indicator, or RSSI, which is basically a power indicator. And I've got my telemetry set up so that if this value drops below 50, it'll give me a warning, and if this value drops below 7.2, it'll give me a warning. But outside of that, it will keep its mouth shut until it has to tell me that there's a problem. You can set those values to whatever you want, and that's basically a configuration that you set up on the transmitter itself. So I'm not going to get into any detail on that, because depending upon which transmitter you have, you may or may not have that functionality, and if you do have that functionality, it's going to be dependent upon the software that you use on your transmitter. But that's basically it. I mean, I can show you the more advanced stuff later on. For the more advanced telemetry, that gives back things like temperature and motor RPM and depth and what are the few other ones I don't remember? Oh, compass heading, things like that. But those are not mandatory, and I find that the battery voltage is literally the most obvious one. The battery voltage and the signal strength. You can tell if your signal strength is getting questionable, that you want to bring your sub closer to the surface. If your battery voltage is getting questionable, you want to bring your submarine back in and swap out the battery or put it on the charger. I guess that's going to be it for the quick and dirty videos on chiplrs. If you've got any more questions, don't hesitate to post questions and I'll see if I can answer them. Thanks.